I can't do it.
Fun.
You're having fun.
Just to clarify, I'm not having fun yet. I'm angry at this game for a number of reasons.
This is the proper Danganronpa response.
Here's the deal. I was doing some thinking. I won't take too much time on this.
No, it's fine. Take all the time you want. This is the fun part of it.
I was doing some thinking, unfortunately. So, the body.
Yes.
Not Kyoko's.
Okay.
No scars, and I also remember the fingernails were a thing that I had to look at, and those wouldn't fit in gloves, I think. Not that I have much experience wearing nails, but that's how it looked. So it's not Kyoko's. I think we're gonna go to the trial, and Kyoko's just gonna show up, and we're gonna be like, Kyoko, where were you? And she's gonna be like, it's not important, don't worry about it. Unfortunately, I don't have anyone else to blame.
Yeah.
But I also don't think Kyoko would do it.
That's fair.
So, my conclusion was it's gonna be something stupid.
Okay.
Like the mastermind trying to get everybody killed. Or
Okay.
whatever, just because they're bored. More on the mastermind in a second.
Okay.
But I think we're gonna have to vote for Kyoko.
Okay.
Unless I missed something and Byakuya, Hina, and Hiro, and Toko are all in on it together. Or
Yeah, that's kind of the only other option is either you, Kyoko, or everyone else. Because they all have alibis for the entire night. So it does become an interesting
Or one person
case.
did it and everyone else is just like okay with dying for them to escape.
Uh-huh.
I don't think Hiro and Hina would be down to die for Byakuya. Like,
Yeah.
Toko definitely, but
Yeah.
that's it. I was thinking about who the mastermind was too, because I was getting mad at the case, so I decided to take a step back.
Yeah.
There's three options. One, it's one of the students who's still alive, which would just be dumb, and I don't want it to be.
Okay.
But I think it would be kind of funny if it was like Hiro. Like,
I'm in charge of everything.
second option, a character that hasn't been introduced yet, which I would just be mad about because it's like a cop-out.
Yeah.
It's not like a twist or anything.
I'll give you that.
leading
That
up
is a
to it.
cop-out in media. Yes,
Yeah,
I will
it's
give you
just
that.
like, oh, by the way, it's me. And it's like, who are you? And 5 minutes later, the game's done, you know? Or it's a character that we already were introduced to and we think is dead, which, as of right now, that's the way I'm leaning towards. It would mean either the executions were not actual executions. Like, I could see, like, Mondo's or somebody not having him dead.
Butter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the body discovery announcement was just flat out wrong. Like a lie. Like it's
Okay.
not a dead body. When thinking of that, I believe Hifumi was the only one we didn't get a body discovery
We
announcement
did get a
for.
body discovery announcement for Hifumi.
But didn't it happen for Taka at the same time?
It happened for Taka at the same time, and then they disappeared, and then when the bodies reappeared, which we later learned was when Hifumi was dead, quote-unquote, is when the second body discovery announcement happened. Now, Hifumi did wake up after that second body discovery announcement.
Is that gonna have
Take that as you will.
bigger story implications? Because I was kind of mad about it.
I'm gonna not say anything. As much as I want to say things, I'm not gonna, because I'm just gonna let you theorize, because we're getting real close.
Because okay, so he did have, so either Monokuma was lying or an execution wasn't the thing.
Yeah.
Or it was like Junko, but no.
Okay.
If it's Junko, I'm going to jump out the window. But
Okay.
I have like, none of them are satisfying. I could see it being like Sayaka. They did a lot of like, I'm psychic, you know, kind of stuff, which I feel like should have had more. Let's get into the trial.
She got stabbied.
What if it wasn't Sayaka? You were passed out for most of the investigation. No, right? No.
You were passed out from when you saw her to when the investigation
All
started.
right, let's continue from where we left off and jump
All right,
into
we're
this
right
trial.
outside the red door. It turned you around for some reason.
Okay, here we go.
Boom, boom,
Into
baby.
a trial.
Into a trial. What's the volume at?
Oh gosh.
Ah, gosh. Hold on. Whoa, Byaku and Makoto showed up together. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word.
People do that in this game. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together? Just the two of you?
What, are you jealous?
Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
No, that's what I'm doing. She's just jealous. What? Stop talking. Embrace yourselves. He'll be here any second. Who, Monokuma?
Any second. He could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But my butt is clenched. We stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen. And then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again?
Hate it when that happens.
What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or?
Or what? Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? What? I made you wait? You've got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait.
Huh?
I didn't like warm up because I was just planning on it being a trial and
That's
not
fair.
having
It
to
is a
talk.
trial. You'll be good.
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here now, can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here.
There's really only one other. When we all
Yeah.
heard that voice, we all spun around to look.
Hey,
I'm here and no rule's been broken.
Kyoko!
Yeah.
Kyoko, you're still alive?
No, that's a ghost!
Okay, thanks for stop talking. If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
is that right?
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. I hope that's not foreshadowing. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of ya.
Wait, what?
It's gotta hustle.
When Monokuma was gone, we all hustled our butts up to Kyoko. Kyoko! So you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. I'm unkillable.
Goodness, I'm so glad you're okay.
Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us.
Huh?
That's right, now we've got to deal with the ghost!
Can I just vote him off? I told you, stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial.
Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator. Does he have a crush on her?
Is he mad at her? Master, wait for me.
Well, he does still think she's the mastermind or, like, in cahoots because
Yeah.
she's not saying anything.
Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long?
But
I'll be happy when this trial is all over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator.
It's not much of a pile.
But they're all dog
You're all 8
piling
feet-
into the
you're all
elevator.
8 feet apart.
I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started.
Maybe a kiss? Maybe a quick kiss?
Do you want a little smooch? Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you, where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So,
Correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms.
the second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. What? Of course, I also missed his announcement
Remember those
because
stairs you saw last time that you were like, wait,
of that. No,
what?
no, I know where they are, but why no camera? I had no idea a body had been discovered.
Then when did you find out?
So...
Just now, I finished my search and came back down just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I?
So that's why you were late.
However...
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting.
But if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to?
Or what were you doing? Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words...
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school.
What?
Excuse me?
just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay? Of course, it's after the trial.
Okay, but she's telling you. She's not just hiding it.
One of us is probably gonna be dead after the trial. Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation.
It would seem...
Because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me.
For her?
For everyone.
That's a strange way to put it. Class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Probably because she's like the prime
Goodbye.
suspect. Well, if that's all, after Makoto, of course.
Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Ugh.
I don't really think about what she says anymore.
Being the last one left, I stepped.
I piled into the elevator, hurried my
And
butts
the
in.
doors slid shut.
Hustled my butt in, I'm sorry.
Look at us.
Couple of cards.
The crew. This time the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again.
Why is Hina the one who's just like...
She's ready. She's been like that every time. They literally just paste the PNGs in for each
Oh, yeah,
elevator.
yeah, and they just take it out, yeah.
I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there silent and still.
Dusky
After an
darkness.
immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depths of my eyes.
The warning is probably that the elevator stopped.
But it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. Do you know what it was?
The illuminating light
It
of
was the
despair.
blinding light of despair. Welcome to the theme of the game.
was
Have you
halfway.
caught on yet?
I can't wait!
I've been waiting for this. It feels like it's been forever since we got together like this.
It's been like 2 recording sessions. Wanna come
The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed.
Oh my bad.
Chills! Kills!
Let's get on with the show. All right, let us get on with the show.
And
shall
so, the curtain opened for the 5th time.
we? Kodo, let's get on with the
A
show.
deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial! Do you want to save the data?
Yeah, let's save the data.
All right, I'm gonna check because I stuck my hand out a couple times. Just making sure. Making sure I'm
gonna
not
set
ugly.
my skills. Because I got some.
Ah, frick,
envious
stop.
influence.
Okay, we're good.
What are you doing?
No, the controller, if I have a different tab open, will control that tab.
Why can't I?
You can't combine it. I don't think it's set. Wait. Yeah, you can't
Effective
combine the
diff-
two. It doesn't say that, but you can't combine it because it.
Oh, so I just want this one
Yeah,
instead.
you just want that one instead. It basically just gives you more life.
All right, have I any more?
Nope.
Wow, I need to do better free time events.
It's again, everything is streamlined in the next game where there's always.
All rise.
It's just it works better in the next
with a
game.
basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the result.
Yes.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll
smack
punish
you across
everyone
the booty.
besides
I'll
the
hustle your
Blackened.
butts right
And the
out of
one
here.
that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest
He's so
up to
charming.
you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
Oh my gosh, guys,
Kyoko.
here it comes.
There's no other explanation.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost.
But she has legs and stuff.
I mean, so do you. Am I right?
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
There's a
in this
limit to
school?
how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits
what we're
to the
doing.
traits of the dead body.
We can see Kyoko's face.
traits?
First of all,
One important trait Kyoko has that proves the body doesn't belong to her.
her piercing
It's
glare.
her piercing glare. Look at how your health.
Oh dang!
I'm talking about her
It's gonna be a long
gloves.
trial.
They'll give us some insight into the
Well, no, that's
mystery.
just how much health you
I'm
have
sure
because of your skill that you just equipped.
In that
Oh,
case,
it doubled
I
your
think it would be
health, yeah.
helpful if
That's awesome.
Someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They
Joe.
probably just got burnt up in the explosion.
No.
I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us
Can
all.
we just Monokuma? Like,
There's no way that corpse was Kyoko.
can you just do me a solid and get
But
rid
if
of
I
it?
can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. So I don't have any choice but to.
Hangman's Gambit? Nope.
No,
refute their
we're proving that Kyoko is not a ghost.
Okay. One of those two.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
That's true.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Huh?
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
No, honey.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
wait,
Because that corpse
no.
is absolutely Kyoko.
This
Yeah,
entire
that's fine.
discussion is idiotic.
I also like mood. Yeah, he's like, this is the worst thing.
Yeah.
That Kyoko there. Okay, then prove
The
it.
dead body what?
They got burnt up.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
That felt efficient. I felt good.
That was good. No, that was good. Look, you said you'd forget all the controls. You're doing so good. Yeah.
No.
So good.
There's no way the corpse was wearing gloves.
Because Kyoko's
Whoever
gloves
it
are right
was,
there
Yeah.
on
they
her
were wearing
hand.
And they're not
fake
burnt up.
nails,
He's
remember?
closed.
I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain.
I'm glad I remembered that.
Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails. Don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
This is the man who spent the last 2 chapters calling a woman ogre. Like,
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves
Are
were
you
custom
dead?
made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life.
Wow.
If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Can't believe I
Which
had to
should
say
have
that.
been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing
It's
I said.
Sayaka, like,
You're
come
the
on.
one who's been dragging us around in circles.
before anything, we have to everything's.
Look, I'm identifying the victim. I'm telling them they have a tattoo.
Do it.
That's it.
Do what you gotta do.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
Who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition.
Face was.
And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file.
That's also true.
Well, if we could
Wait,
identify the
shut up.
body-
Everybody shut up!
No,
I have to take
No,
aim.
that's wrong!
Break.
there was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real? If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
You've been
Kyoko.
hanging out with Byakuya too much.
Oh, an unusual death. This I gotta see.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to
Just tell
figuring
her
out
girl
who it
stupid. What are you gonna do about
I'm
it?
gonna vote for her.
is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
It's a ghost.
Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Seriously? They really did something?
I gotta say, that is a pretty good delivery of a line from
No,
Toko.
that's not it.
I got.
The
I
identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
I just feel bad because I don't think I could bring myself
Yeah.
to like
Yeah.
Oh, really?
partake in.
You compare the
Such a
tattoo to the
fetish.
other information we have. The victim's identity should
Wait, the
become
tattoo
clear.
to the.
Basically,
other,
it's just saying, how do you
paper?
Yeah.
It's the paper.
Yeah.
It's the paper.
Good job. You skipped so far.
I skipped so far. What the heck?
If you hit right or left, it skips a whole 5 down.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro
We have to
Ikusaba
explain this to the
belongs
others, don't we?
Okay, so
I think
To
you
show that they're
mentioned
a member
Mukuro
of the
to
team,
everybody
each
when you
soldier
were
that
finding
joins
the
the
body.
squad
would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that
The frickin'
represents
dog.
Fenrir is. It just
Hangman's
spells out
Gambit.
frickin' dog.
Oh, it's a wolf.
Golf!
What?
Wallow!
Wool.
Whoa!
Where's the? Oh, I'm looking for F.
Bro.
I was looking for an E. to be
Now I
fair.
understand.
Now I understand.
The
The
wolf.
representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge world-ending wolf beast.
He's talking about reading and she's not stuttering.
He's the child
Never
of the
mind.
trickster god Loki. And a female
But it is a good. It's good character development.
Yeah.
You
after
know?
all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. Then that means
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which
Sorry,
means that
I'm yawning.
person must have
I
once
took only
belonged
3
to
hours of
Fenrir.
sleep last night. It is nice.
it
It's real
must have
nice
been
and cozy.
Mukuro.
Mhm.
It's hot.
Are you sweating? I like
Almost.
it. It's warm.
hold on.
I'm cozy.
Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a
Watch
pretty
out for her.
mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place.
Yeah, where did you get that idea?
After all,
Kyoko.
looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
Who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba?
The ultimate soldier.
She's been gone this whole time? And when she
No,
finally
she's
turns
saying,
up,
what
she
the
gets
freak?
killed.
Where'd she come from?
Usually when there's a
That's
scene
fair.
where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
It's almost like she wasn't an important character until that point at all.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
It's
No, the
Hifumi,
headmaster has
says
nothing to do with
Byakuya. No, Byakuya would blame Toko. If he was gonna
Yeah.
blame anyone, he
But
would
how
say,
can we trust
simple,
that?
it's
We
Toko.
already know
And
your
she would be like, I
information
guess he's
about
right.
Mukuro is wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
It's always jarring to me when Monokuma says the name of the students. Because it's like he says it, but it's like you just don't hear it in his voice, and I'm just like, no. You're on a
Uncovering the
different
identity
level.
of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
Dang, he's
I
serious.
have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
That's probably the smartest thing he said all day.
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
We were introduced to 15 characters.
We were introduced to 15.
Well, 14 others plus you.
Yeah, and then Mukuro.
Seriously?
16.
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Yeah, I don't see how either one of
I'm
us is
sure
getting
you
out of this one.
realize who I'm talking
Yeah.
about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Based on what we know, there can only be 2 suspects.
Alright.
I got it!
Oh, it's
Narrowed it
me!
down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden. So at that point, there was so
What?
the murder must
How's your
have
day
taken
been?
place
Just-
after I
We got
left
some
the
time to
garden.
kill. What? Summarizing
Hiro, Toko,
Typical
Hina,
trial
and I were in the
behavior.
gym
Yeah.
the entire time.
a summary
Good
fever.
That's right. The 4 of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All
Cute.
of which is to say, the 4 of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis.
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
I wonder if at this point she's like, did Makoto seriously kill the ultimate
Yeah.
soldier? Like,
How? Makoto, what? The only suspects now are me and Kyoko. I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
I think it's dumb and we should ignore it and move on with the trial.
don't pick
Thinking
me.
of raising an objection.
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took
It was like right
place.
before 9:30 or 7:30 or
Doing
whatever.
that might
Or
reveal
after
some
7.
kind of clue.
Whatever
Anyways.
you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Thank you.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at, well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find
9
the
o'clock,
body?
we've
The
been
one
through
who
this.
saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go
She
get the
murdered
papers.
her. So what time was the body discovered?
9 o'clock.
I got it!
I got it.
The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m.
Since that's when the body was
Toko
discovered.
went to get the pickaxe.
And she came back saying, I discovered a body.
Yeah. Okay, what time is it? At the gym, it's just 9 o'clock. I don't know. Go ahead, give the pick at the back around 9:01.
He's right. It had to be around.
You don't remember.
Yeah, you were only there for part. No, she remembers the 9 o'clock part.
Yeah, that's
So we
fair.
can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh, yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. Looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't alibi. I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the
sprinklers,
garden.
cool. I feel like the argument is that there was the dirty, wet tarp thing in the cupboard, so the sprinklers argument might not be that solid.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. And Makoto
This
doesn't
one's
have
a
an
little bit
alibi
weird,
for most of
I
that
think,
time.
if I remember it.
Yeah, from
That means I have to
10 o'clock.
absorb.
I can never remember which one. I think you do have to shoot, but I can never
That's
remember.
more than enough time to commit murder, I should
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it's
So Makoto, if you have
That's what I
any
think, too.
objections, now would be the time.
But there's at least one playthrough where
I have
he's
some
notoriously gotten it
objections.
We've
wrong.
established a time. It took place somewhere between 9 o'clock. Yep. And
Yeah, from 10 o'clock
Here we go, here we
to
go.
7:30.
Boom, okay.
Yeah, see, it's weird.
Don't scare me like that. Well, don't scare me like that. You're accusing me of murder. Stop it!
We've
Sprinklers.
established a time
The
frame for the
analysis.
murder.
Oh, it might be the analysis.
It took place somewhere between
Why,
10
though?
o'clock
Because it was
at night
dry.
and 9 o'clock
It
in
could
the
be
morning.
that.
Let's
It could
test
be
it.
Yeah, from 7:30.
Okay.
Okay, what were the? Was there any other, or was it just 10:30?
10 o'clock. Yeah, that's it. It was just the two times.
This is the problem. It's like you might have to
We've
absorb,
established a
or you might have to
time
try the
frame for the
sprinklers on
murder.
10. Like I don't remember.
It took place somewhere between
Let's give it a
10
shot.
o'clock at night.
Okay, then.
It doesn't make sense because
No,
it's like
not in the slightest.
no, it had to be before. Oh no, okay.
Oh, because the 10 o'clock at night couldn't have
You're
happened.
arguing
because
that
it was-
it's
murder couldn't
7:30 to
have happened
9,
Yes.
anywhere
not
near
10 to
o'clock.
7.
It had to
It's just a
have been
confusing
say
one.
that?
It
because
really
of the
is.
sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly.
Thanks, Toko.
The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
Shut up, Makoto.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words?
I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
You would love it if I was, okay?
You're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
I need to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Toko,
No.
and that should do it.
She would also love that, I'm sure.
If we look at the body itself, that should make it clear.
Yes, it was pride. Makoto, just say it. Please, just say
Oh,
it.
time for bullet time.
I get to dance with Toko.
Let's dance.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me?
Look at you. You're nailing these
I
mini
admit
games.
Nothing. I hate you. No,
Hey.
no, no! I don't know anything!
Just gonna give some nice little commentary while Daniel focuses on this rhythm game. I don't want to distract him. I don't think that would be very nice for me to do. Welcome back to the ASMR segment, where Matt does ASMR while this jarring rhythm game music plays in the background. Reload. That's what the game that we're playing is. It's Danganronpa 1 and 2 Reloaded.
Sorry about this, Toko.
How can you say it was
This should prove it.
Don't forget, technically you
I
are
just-
yeah.
Yeah, but like...
I hope you enjoyed that.
Just
if another
remember
rhythm game
what
comes
the
up,
body
you
was
get
like
more.
after
Awesome.
the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. if the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
Random question while I'm yawning.
Yes.
So they only got the top wet?
Do we ever get to see what Mukuro looked like?
Completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
No comment.
I'm
Okay.
so sick of her.
I don't think the answer to that question is a spoiler, but
is there official artwork?
yes.
Okay, cool.
There is, yeah, I can say
move
that.
on. The reason only the top half was wet was because
It is intentional
while the
that you
body
don't
was
see the
still on
body.
fire,
I figured. That is an
doused it with
intentional
water.
part of the mystery.
But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers, you really didn't do it.
That's okay, Toko.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet,
Now I'm gonna punch
then
you.
the murder must have taken place sometime after the
Just make her wear a
sprinklers turned
sign
on at
that says bad.
7:30 in the morning.
No, she literally said that in like the last episode.
Yeah, that's why it's on my. It's not some. That's not something I would come up
Sometime
with.
between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Boy, sucks to be you.
Yeah.
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi, which would mean that Mukuro's killer is.
Kyoko.
No, I refuse to believe it.
I stand by that we're gonna have to vote Kyoko out.
Kyoko murdered someone? That's.
Maybe Kyoko was getting too far into like the mystery or whatever, and the mastermind staged this to kill Kyoko.
I'd just like to say one thing. If you
I'd just
vote
like to
for
say
me
one
and I
thing.
die here, the mystery of this
Kiss
school
my-
will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Yeah, if you die, mystery stays
yeah,
hidden,
So
whatever.
are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone.
To get out of the school, maybe.
This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game, and now you decide
I mean, to be
blame
fair, I've been
me?
doing it the whole game.
Yeah.
Stop
You
wasting
killed
time.
him.
Stop wasting energy. You really think your
The
little
one trial
trick
where
is
it's a
gonna
possible option, Makoto's not like, you killed them!
Shut up, you!
work? You got it, boss. Shutting up now.
Why does everyone listen to him?
Anyway, Kyoko,
You got enough money and
actually
authority,
did have a
people
reason
just
to
listen
kill
to
her.
what you say, I guess. I don't know.
That's true.
She did?
She thought Mukuro was
Ultimate
the
Jeff
ultimate
Bezos
despair.
over here.
In other words, the mastermind behind everything.
CEO of.
So she killed her
Top.
to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko?
It's just the.
But you made
vibe I
one
get from-
catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind
That's the
at all.
vibe that Toko gets.
Yeah,
As
like-
a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still
She's
insufficient.
throwing you under the bus, boy.
Yeah. She has to think you
The
did it, right? Like.
sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you?
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
The other evidence
Interesting.
that I pointed out.
I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting
Hey,
wet.
guess what? I will point out what that something is that could have made me the culprit, because I'm Makoto. I'm sorry, I really tried not to yawn.
I don't know why I went to the bottom.
I got it!
Who knows?
You're talking about the tarp.
Who knows where
aren't
anything
you?
is?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water.
I feel like any killer would have burnt that up, though.
In fact,
Like thrown it
that's
away.
exactly what the killer did.
That's fair.
The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an
Okay,
excuse
yes.
exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
The blood was still wet, though. Why'd Kyoko say that?
Why'd you want me to make the killer? But I love you, and I can't think about that right now. That tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, tarp must have touched the body, right?
Yep. But the body.
Wait, something's not right.
And what might that be?
Where's Sayaka? I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer.
We already do.
I have to refute what Kyoko said.
Like, bro, I already think Makoto's the killer.
We're already like, yeah, no, that checks out.
I'd vote for him. Exploded body fragments. Okay. Sure.
By covering the body with the tarp,
Whoops.
the killer
Oh no, you
prevented it
lost
from
one of
getting
your
wet.
16-minute
So
seconds.
the reason the tarp was only dirty
One of your-
on one side
I think it's gonna be this
was
one.
the sprinkler got
96
that side wet.
seconds. Not 96,
underside of the
960
tarp-
seconds.
It was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Wait. What?
I remember the blood on the body hadn't dried yet. Byakuya warned us not to touch it.
Okay.
By covering the body with the tarp,
The body with the
the
tarp.
killer prevented it from getting wet.
Yes.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one
side. That is true in every regard.
the sprinkler got that side wet.
Okay.
But the underside of the tarp,
Yeah.
it was totally spotless, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It's because that side was protected from the water.
Guess.
Since it was facing down
I don't know
toward
which
the
one.
body.
It's one of these next two. It's one of
course it
these
didn't
two,
get
but I don't know
dirty.
which one.
Alright. Ah.
That's alright. We'll fast forward.
Of course it didn't get dirty.
Okay, cool.
Boom.
No, it's wrong.
Nuh-uh.
Actually,
what the
one
music
side
is
being
doing.
clean is
I thought you
pretty
were just
strange if you
No.
think
Giving
about
me
it.
a seal impression.
No.
Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself.
That's not Mukuro.
Not to
That's
touch
the
it,
ultimate
or you might get
luchador.
some on you. If you put a tarp on
I
a
don't
body
know.
in that
I'm
state,
tired.
it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
It's okay, man. We all
Maybe
appreciate
the culprit
the
washed
effort.
it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Thus washing the one side
Or just
wouldn't
thrown
hide
it in the
anything.
plant.
Oh,
That's true.
yeah, true.
Plant will
More than
eat
that,
everything.
What if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Because it was nowhere else.
The blood was camouflage.
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
So what? It's a Fumi again?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I mean,
Literally anyone
we've
else.
established this.
I
Like,
know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right?
that is
When he
true.
pretended
If
to be
she didn't
dead.
already have an alibi, this would kind of absolve her, Toko. Because she can't deal with blood, so she wouldn't be able to.
That's not what
Although I guess
happened this
Genocide
time.
Jack could.
The
But,
killer got the blood
not
from
in
right
that
there in
manner.
the garden.
do you know where they got the blood from, Daniel?
Probably they got blood from right there in the garden? Wait, hold up. Oh, the chickens!
The chicken.
I got
That's
it!
so sad though.
Rip
Could
chicken.
it have been chicken blood?
Rip the chicken.
Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop
I worked,
before the murder,
I worked at an El
there were
Pollo Loco, so
5
I'm very
chickens.
familiar with chicken blood.
Ooh, it's gross.
Only when they didn't finish cooking
But
it
after
before
the
they tried to
murder,
serve
That's
it.
so
there were
gross.
And I'd be like,
4.
guys, you can't serve this.
And they'd be
They'd
like,
okay, but now we
you're
only have
saying
5
Someone
four-
killed a chicken?
5 chickens
and then
left.
covered the body with its
4
blood?
left.
Man, that's messed up.
So was
Killing a
murder.
living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least
yeah,
cleaned
no,
it.
it's like, y'all,
I wonder
there's
if
literally a
the
dead
killer had to
body
get
that
the
we're
blood
talking
from the
about,
scene
but yeah,
so they
killing the
wouldn't be
chicken's
spotted
bad.
walking around.
The chicken wasn't a student.
Anyway, there's no denying
Could you imagine
that a
if it
chicken
was,
went
though?
missing, which provides
chicken's the
basis for my
mastermind.
theory.
You kill the chicken and then ding, ding, ding,
But
ding.
even
body?
so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense.
What?
You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right?
Yes.
But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body.
Or you just did it first? I don't. Look, what? No.
That's not what we saw. Only the
His
victim's
point is, if
clothing
you
had
killed the
blood
chicken
on
and then went with blood all over the body, it would still get on the ground.
Just kill over the body.
it. The ground
It would still
was
spill.
completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
That's literally what I
Discovered
just said,
the body.
Makoto.
Was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
Not in the slightest.
I think so.
No.
Oh no, it was being worn with a knife.
The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
It was also backwards. That, like, are
Then
we...
that settles it.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body. The coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
I'd like to point out, Kyoko spent 10 minutes
Oh yeah, she's smart.
looking at the scene and was like, oh, I know.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe. But still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't you say?
She's taking control for once.
But it's against you.
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
And the suspicion falls back on me again.
It never left you.
But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. Hey,
She thinks it's gonna just prompt you to
Hey.
figure it out.
it's a little bit shorter for a trial episode,
Oh,
but I think we should end it here.
sure.
And it's definitely not because I just really have to go to the bathroom. Okay, my wife is using the bathroom. I will go after that.
I'm so glad the internet knows that.
Any progress in your theory or anything?
It's neither one of us.
Okay. That's basically what you said before
Yeah,
we started.
something else happened. Kyoko is... Yeah.
But you're on board with the body is Mukuro?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
Monokuma did say that. He did
Yeah.
say this body is Mukuro.
Yeah, and I don't have any reason to believe Monokuma is just straight up lying yet. He has...
Monokuma...
He has withheld evidence.
He withholds evidence and he forges suicide notes, but
Yes.
other than that, he's never lied.
He has not straight up said, this is the body when it's not.
Yep.
I also briefly, like, mentally toyed with the idea that the body wasn't, like, a person at all, and it was, like, a dummy or whatever, but that's dumb. And if it isn't, I'm gonna cry, but...
What don't you want from that? Like,
I don't want...
you want basis for whatever happens.
Yes, I don't... Okay, I think as of right now, it's staged so that we're going to vote Kyoko off. She's trying not to, or she just has so much faith in you to figure it out once she provides evidence from past trials that she's like, oh no, if I just pin it on him, he'll figure a way out. But I think they want us to kill Kyoko.
Okay.
But I don't think Kyoko did it.
Okay. Thanks for watching. Who knows? We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye-bye, love you.
You're beautiful.
Mwah.